speed bonus.
Yeah.
We're still pretty fast when you get demonic perch, so it'll kind of cover a lot of bases there. If that
10
ends up
seconds remaining.
Yep. Now Weaver loves playing against SD for this because you aren't really you hate playing against stuns, you know. Spirit Breaker's like the worst night. Just get charged, you get ulted, you're very dead.
But Weaver does hate playing up against heroes that have set up 4 stuns. So potentially this SD plus something, then it can be a difficult laning phase, or at least mid-game portion.
Guys,
set up for silence too.
I think that's a mind control shaker.
Yeah.
We've seen them try it before, and it wasn't successful even when the shaker was a little broken.
Fair. They picked it into like the worst matchups. Like I think it was playing against Ember Spirit Safe in one game and Doug Safe playing in another. Like arguably 2 of the 3, with I've still was the 3rd worst heroes to play Core Shaker into.
Yeah, but there's, I mean, out of all the all the offlane heroes being picked, Shaker is not one of them. So why do they make it work? How, like, why does it work for them according to them, basically?
I mean, legacy. Maybe if you think about it, the offlaner pool outside of the premier heroes, notably, yeah, the Weaver,
Spirit Breaker,
the Weaver answer to some extent, but.
But generally, like Yules used to be the best
5
counter,
seconds
and that's why heroes like Void Spirit will be.
Yep. And also keep in mind that this also could be a mind control Weaver and a Void Spirit. The other benefit of this Miracle Mid, again, his hero pool is just so large. You look back at some of these TI games, you know, last pick Wind Ranger didn't really seem effective, but suddenly Miracle gives you this option to pick effectively any agility hero plus any of the really clunky spell cards. Like Arc Warden is an option now, Invoker is an option, etc. I like the Enigma pick a lot. I think a Necrobook hero and a team fighter like Enigma is one of the best heroes against Wisp.
Like, what's stopping this black hole realistically?
Nothing.
Yeah. And I think this is where Nigma, they need to lean on the fact that, of course, we've seen it in one series that they have flexibility, but I'd love them also to not rely on WeR has to play safe lane. Like, WeR has these kind of role swaps. He likes to all in on that role. And I'd love to see them still have that flexibility, because like you said, when they're second pick and you have the Void Spirit and the Weaver and all these kind of options, I'd love them to be able to still have the choice of, we can put, you know, Miracle in the safe lane, WeHar's playing this active mid, and the game's still back to normal. So.
10 seconds
But from High Coast, their draft is strong.
It's really solid.
Very solid.
Yeah.
But this is what I mentioned about the idea of Nigma skirmishing and their win condition. If they don't have a win condition now, they have to so heavily rely on winning early.
The High Coast draft, just compare it apples to oranges, the 4v4, how much damage do we output in a team fight? HE's lineup is just so much more formidable. Consider as well, if you get a BKB up on the Enigma, you're effectively immune to damage now. Weaver's right click is not really the big threat until much later into the game. And the natural synergy between an Enigma in the offlane or support with then Spirit Breaker kind of free to play independently is quite nice.
The key thing is there isn't much damage though from High Coast, like it's already stated. Like their damage from mid-game items and then kind of the reactionary team fight. Early on, where is kind of that Barra plus Shadow Demon presence, other than maybe poking and prodding? Compare that to like that 4-5-man potential from Nigma right now. Like you're gonna have the sustainability of IO, the stun control, the early damage with Swarm.
I think they banned PL here is Nigma. If you're gonna take out the Naga, just get all the illusion heroes out of the game.
Terrorblade's still in though.
Yes, but Enigma Terrorblade is
not good.
Okay, it's better when you have SD.
Oh, if you're just playing for the defense, like when we saw them play Shadow Demon before, they like to play for, you know, the kind of let the enemy go over aggressive. Enigma, they've lost many games in this tournament so far from having an early lead and then not respecting the tier 2s. So yeah, if this Weaver is carry, he's gonna be scared when to get like at least 1 or 2 items.
And Ursa matches up well against the melee heroes Enigma could put in the offlane, and they're gonna have a Necro 3 most likely on Enigma, which will give them vision of Weaver. So yeah, there's a lot of damage.
You know what I'm
he's
thinking,
not too worried
Purge?
about Ursa either, or Urshiker either. What?
You know.
It's Shadow Beam.
That's right.
Is it not just another Razor pick again?
Is it? Because then
No, the Yules build SF is pretty nasty this game.
Are we
it's also a
assuming-
really great matchup against the Death Prophet middle.
Who are we assuming are the cores here? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Select your
Seeing
heroes.
Yuck, I
Shaker
love it.
relegated,
Oh,
but
so
that's
good.
It's a great pick, though.
Oh, awesome.
That's the...
Kyle, I think it was last time we saw Team Nigma play, you saying, if I'm gonna see Weeha get these green heroes, so if it's we playing Venom Master,
This is mind control
we have
all
come
to the end
okay,
of time.
good,
Do
good,
not
good.
fear. This is all about Nigma. When they won some previous series, it's because they had these insane matchups, and now they've got the Venom Monster into Ursa, one of the worst matchups for Ursa.
Yep.
It's all about this game right now. Is High Coast have to be able to get the Ursa away from that laning phase. Otherwise, the pace of the game is too high for them because they all need time to come online.
the Miracle Weaver, so they just fool everybody. I mean, Kuro,
Yeah.
of course, has played a bunch of Shaker, but not what I would have first expected. It's great with the Veno in the off lane for reasons T stated. What is it? We mid against Death Prophet. It's not the greatest. I honestly, I'm not a huge fan of anything but the Veno in terms of matchup. I just feel like if it's executed by HCE, their team, like they have so much damage. They've better team fight on all fronts.
what are you thinking, Purge?
Yeah, so the like Kyle said, the Venom matchup looks good, but they're gonna do some weird stuff with the Earthshaker and the Isle laning stage. It kind of depends where they go, but I feel like if Weaver can be semi-independent against Enigma, that would give them a major tri-lane advantage, and they should be able to shut down Ursa. So I have a feeling that Enigma is going to be able to win the laning stage because they've got it all planned out. It's all part of the plan.
All right, thank you very much. And T, are you agreeing with that?
Yeah, I think the pace that Nigma can set, it's all down to them. If they make mistakes, and High Coast have that eventual kind of scalability. So if you hit the black holes, then that game could be theirs. But for Nigma, they're the ones that can secure every objective early for them.
They also have one of my favorite combinations. We have one core that's really sticky. You don't really want to invade a Venomancer's lane. He's just going to exist there, be really tanky and slow, but it doesn't matter. His two cores can play really fast and mobile around the map. So if you win both side lanes, suddenly we can go to either lane and find success. So it's going to be about controlling the game and slowly whittle down at their opponents. But HC should have better 5-5.
All right, well, can't wait to see who is going to take the first game of the series. It's time to head over to our commentary team, Cat and
Such a
Fog.
limited imagination you have.
John Milton, where there is no room for hope, there is also no room for fear. That is something that is possibly an advantage for High Coast. They may not have anything to win this series, but Fog, they also have nothing to lose.
That's true, and they could just ruin Nigma quite effectively in this entire standings of the tournament if they do end up getting big wins here. So I'm really excited for this matchup. This should be fun. I do like quite a bit what Nigma has. I think they have one of the stronger level ones that I've seen, so I actually want to see them go fight, go hunt. The Shaker Venomancer used to be known as one of the most potent one combos because you do Fissure, you get a multi-hero Gale, you're gonna kill everything. You don't want to skill the Gale, but if you see an opportunity, you might go for it. But we're gonna see how they end up doing their lanes as well. I'm thinking we might get some type of like aggro or something from Nigma just to set themselves up for a good start in this game, because they do have that really strong like late phase start versus what High Coast has.
Yeah, their lineup definitely looks a bit peculiar, but one thing that doesn't seem to go out of style is mind control on some abusive offlaners, and this seems like a bit of a when it comes to Nigma of some of their recent performance. I've been a little disappointed with mind control. I don't know how you about it, Fox, but I wonder how if putting him on a stronger laning hero is something to perhaps offset that.
I think so too. He's just been a bit, you know, it's happening to a bunch of players. It's just getting back into the groove of things, and how he actually gets picked is very good matchup, right? Domino versus Ursa, so that's gonna be great.
T-level poison sting. Oh, he's been disrupted, so he's gonna start off with a bit more damage than he's like.
That's a bit painful. And this is actually like neat. Look at GH starting it. Starts with a Wraith Band on the Aya. That's a first for me.
Yeah. So it's just we used to see, like it was maybe a month or two ago, these people pick up Wraith Band because they thought it was the most valuable of all of these stat items now because of the 1.5 armor.
Yeah, especially like the strength heroes all the time. Hey, it could be similar, a little bit of extra attack for all that to be able to kill off some Eidolons. Sure. Rather than used to see a lot of Bracer just for the ENG region, but good variety. Chip to bottom.
Take off damage and will probably be run down. Somehow Juke his way out. If he shows his way out of the trees, he's definitely dead. He gets one last disruption off, so that might actually do some more. Zime's really juking this one nicely. The Fisher. Oh, I missed it. Corsel's gonna turn around and kill He's oh no, it's Zibe. A big juke and a turnaround first blood kill for Darlin.
I thought 100% he was dead, and now he's I'd pull off of it too. A little chain reaction effect from him surviving. Beautiful stuff coming up from Zibe in the free line. And I mean, the mark completely Kuroki. The fissure.
Yeah, he picked it too, and that hesitation really cost him as a result. And yeah, I mean, you said they pull off as a result. He's gonna their voltage curve will interrupt.
Oh, Jim getting hit pretty hard, but he's got backup, and now Kuro, he'll be fine. Charlie doesn't want to actually chase him down because he might just TP out if he does go for any play over there, and then he wastes a lot of time.
What happened? And Zibe. Oh, he was a mystery hat. It's Zibe. Managed to come up and stealing self-cancel. He does finally die. My is over. But still, the damage has already been done. Charlie's pretty fast, level 3.
Yeah, and them getting that side pull, right? Look at Michael's last. He's got 3 down here versus 5 here. So just because of that start, and now dies, but respawns, brings the Urza to have a better laning phase. And this will probably continue. I mean, Charlie, this is going to be a good start for him versus these two. If Mike Control doesn't fix this in the next few moments, he's actually at risk of always dying if Kuroki's not just sitting down bottom. So Kuro fixed a little bit. He's going to start pulling and moving it around and just fixing the equilibrium as top is getting dove. I thought they went for the swarm at level 2. So just really trying to apply the pressure, getting those eidolons, and just really diving Chessie.
Yeah, that makes sense. That is something that I think teams, we've seen them get a lot better at, is remembering how to pressure off lane Enigma, right? It's been a while since its hero was really meta. This patch, it's really coming to vote as a big hero. And people just got to remember how it is you deal with this hero. Can't be very passive. You got to actively hunt down his eidolons and maybe even actively hunt down the hero himself, as another pause is going to come out. They're going to be under the tower when Era arrives with this charge. We'll see whether or not Chessie can live.
Did tower switch to him? It did, right?
I think so. Yeah, it did.
Miracle. Okay, so I think maybe they might still be able to get it. He has the bug only for 1 more hit. They might still be alive because Shikuchi's up in a second. So still lucky to get the kill, unless Era gets like some phenomenal bashes.
So what do you do with Chessie here? Like, do you accept that you might be traded out for the Weaver and try and kill him, or are you gonna keep that bug off and try and...
Oh, it's a tough question. Because like it's towers on him. But they have had their heal. Io's not eating a tango. Ooh, tough.
Yeah, it'd definitely be a clear answer if GH like had a healing salve or something in his back pocket. Like, okay, killing Miracle would be really... They have a chance here. Genevieve deals with the bug. Era's going to chase away the Beaver. The Beaver does get very low, but barely outside of tower range before the charge was complete.
From Era, get a little extra bash too, and they'll actually back away, and Chessie will be able to keep himself here and heal up a little. So that actually hurts quite a bit of their effective regen up for the side of Enigma. Chessie will be able to keep himself up here, and we'll see what Era does in the next few moments. So he was putting out some couriers, but he can't get to pull the lane back.
So Venomancer has actually been on my list of like one of those winning heroes right now. I feel pretty strong about, and I played this matchup a lot. Ursa feels like people really like to look at it as a potential counter to Venomancer, but it is definitely a lane that goes one way or the other, right? You're either going to get really hardcore abused as the Ursa by Venomancer, or you get that bit of boots, then you can pressure them a lot.
And my control is he's got to get left, right? Kuroki's going to go to his left. He has to walk completely away from the wave. We have.
It dissimulate. He's popped at the right time, but he may still live, especially if it was a bash. Oh, Fairy Fire might have helped him live, but a bash comes through from Ever.
Very fortunate that Death Prophet Siphon also follows post-dissimulate, so they're able to stick on him pretty easily there. And hey, my control continued to get pushed away from the lane, so up 3 on the Veno. His effectiveness will still be there versus Ursa for the most part, but an under-leveled Venomancer will not be something that Nigma does want. They really are about that early aggression on their lineup, and if they start getting stalled too much, I feel like that's just playing at the high coast. Miracle. It charged up. A sentry too.
Shikuchi lasting just long enough to get him back into the trees, but even just keeping him low should be able to secure the infinite bounty runes. Of course, start making his way over, looking like a 2-2 split as Nigma have the bottom lane well controlled.
I'm seeing a lot of these, like the Enigma picks, and then you guys have a hero that can leave the lane easily, these Spirit Breakers and Earth Spirits. This game, of course, Spirit Breaker very appropriate versus Weaver. So we're watching Era have some decent freedom because he has that Enigma out there with the hold zone. Kuro just has to, he has to handle the mind control a little bit more. He still only has 8 last.
Yeah, it's Charlie has been really good at keeping up the denies, and his boots plus windlace has given him enough that mind control doesn't feel really like he doesn't feel in control. He doesn't feel like he can go on the offensive and show this fear of the.
And there's already the phase boots now on Charlie, so mind control is at risk of dying constantly in this lane now. If he does make any slip ups, if he doesn't have Kuroki at his sides, this will be a dead Venomancer in most situations. And yeah, phase boot place 408 movement speed when he is popping. Yeah, 345 on the Venom.
He's managed to have such a successful CS laning phase for Urza, and has been given solo experience for the most part. He's gonna have level 6 so soon.
Yeah, they've somehow successfully just owned this bottom lane just because of that whole level 1 and just getting a couple extra pulls off. It really messed up Nigma's wanted down here, because like Kuroki's had to bottom rune too for Weehaw because he was struggling a little bit, so they've had to move around, and it's definitely hurt mind control a sufficient amount. Look at Chessie, he's almost level 6 too.
Yeah,
this Venomancer is quite behind.
Does manage to get the read on Weehaw. Charge as he walked underneath the ward. As a result, Exorcism is out. I can hear the ghosts going away. They're going on to Kuro right now. He's going to go after the Fisher, see if he can survive, but he's going to be chased down most likely. Back over to the mid lane with Siege Wagon push, and this is feeling a lot of rotation up the top lane. I'm not sure if it was the right time for him to do something like this, because Supreme might just take this tower. Entire
whole tower? He actually might. He's standing right up against it too. It's in deny range, but he has to be a little careful. So if they want to deny it, Nigma will, and they will immediately.
Dire's middle tower
this is really good pressure coming out from like mind control was supposed to TP out bottom. They killed. They hitting the tower too because of Weehaw's rotation. This is just great. They're words here with Supreme. Now Supreme's got World is Oyster. What? Pick and choose what lane he wants to go to play.
Dire's courier
to be that top lane.
A double centaur stomp.
Dire's top
bunks
tower
out.
is under
You like
attack.
a bunk anywhere in Supreme? I'm going top. I see the stack.
Yeah. Weehaw has to match. Weehaw coming up here too. This stack needs to be farmed. Like Nick does not want to give this one away.
No, they don't. The Eidolons are currently doing it right now, so they got Weehaw. Stomp on the Enigma, but the charge is going to come from Sim like Weehaw getting earth. Oh, a whip there. I hold Chessie. Keep it going. Some sort of hope that somebody will walk back in, but at least they do control the stack. It will be theirs, even if they failed out on the.
A swing and a miss. He was hoping, he was hoping the Shikuchi would through Miracle was patient though. He sat back. He still has his book 1 done and still pressure. Big things coming out from my coast. My control does get some space. Charlotte's already got a broadsword too. This is
whoa. Wildly aggressive there for a moment in GH.
And GH.
Yeah, he certainly is. I mean, Miracle had it out. He could pop his ultimate, which did, but I'm not sure if that move made a whole lot of sense. I'm not on with Nigma, right? But feels like some uncharacteristic mistakes being made.
Yeah, and their lineup is about like getting ahead and staying ahead in this early game. You don't want to start getting behind versus this Ursa and Enigma draft. And your one position, your Weaver is countered in a lot of different ways. There's a Spirit Breaker in the game. There's a Death Prophet silence. There's a couple annoying things. Sure, there's not crazy amount of stuns. Those are usually tend to be quite enough, especially just the Spirit Breaker. And now they're even applying pressure on the tower too. This is 2 towers that are red taken by high close early game.
Dire's top tower has fallen.